Welcome to another video. Today we are going to start working on the rank and file for the Hearthkin warriors, and yeah, that's what we're doing today. Stratagems. If your army includes any Votann detachments, excluding auxiliary support detachments, you have access to these stratagems and can spend CP to use them. Accelerated response. Votann, battle tactic stratagem, 1 CP. It is a point of honor to kin military force that they be precisely where their leaders need them, exactly when they are required. Use this stratagem in your movement phase when the Votann accelerated unit from your army is selected to advanced. Until the end of the phase, add 12 inches to the move characteristic of each model in this unit. It is not cumulative, with a similar bonus provided by the Steady Advanced ability. Ancestral Sentence, 1 CP. Votann battle tactic stratagem. Some foes are also those that the ancestors themselves are said to pass sentence upon them, marking them for death. Use this stratagem in the shooting phase when a Votann unit from your army is selected to shoot, or in the fight phase when a Votann unit from your army is selected to fight. Use the end of phase, until the end of phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack against a target that has one or more judgment tokens, you can re-roll the hit roll. Core Buster Fire Pattern, 1 CP. Votann battle tactic stratagem. Originally preferred for explosive excavating, especially resistant mining obstacles. This intersectional beam weapon fires pattern works equally well to blast the heart from the enemy battle line. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase after an enemy unit is hit by an attack made by a beam weapon. Fire by a Votann model from your army. Until the end of the phase, each time that enemy unit is hit by another attack made by a beam weapon fired by a Votann model from your army, roll a d6. On a 4+, that enemy suffers 1 mortal wound in addition to the normal damage. A unit can only suffer a maximum of 6 mortal wounds per phase due to this stratagem. Cyberstein Infusion. Chthoni berserkers are typically filled with augmentic subdermal shunts that can flood their system with stimulant chemicals to help them fight their way out of dangerous situations. Use this stratagem in the fight phase when a Votann berserker unit from your army is selected to fight. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. Hunter's Mark, 1 CP. Votann Battle Stratagem. Sensor networks, calibration tied in the Hun-TR modules of kin weapons can be used to part automate targeting based on the casting of the Eye of the Ancestors. This ensures that if a Votann has marked a victim, their will is carried out without fail. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase before making a hit roll for an attack made by a Votann model from your army if that target unit has one or more judgment tokens do not make a hit roll for the attack. It automatically hits the target. Kinbound, 2 CP. A clone race with a deep-rooted bond of common thought and intent. The kin are acts will rear and wholly unspoken coordination which helps them to overwhelm and pick apart their foes upon the field of battle. Use the stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Select one enemy unit that is within engagement range or 2 or more Votann core units from your army. Until the end of the phase, each time a core or Votann core model makes a melee attack against that enemy unit, you can re-roll the wound roll. The Might of the Enhire, 1 CP. When the fighting is at its fiercest, a kindred elite Enhire warrior truly shows their quality. Use this stratagem in the shooting phase when the Enhire unit from your army is selected to shoot, or in the fight phase when the Enhire unit from your army is selected to fight. Until the end of the phase, each time a model that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the attack's hit roll. Optimize volley 1 CP. Should the foe gather in sufficient numbers, it became more efficient to hammer the tight-packed enemy targets with a full auto hail of bolts fire than to conserve ammunition. Use this stratagem in the shooting phase when a Votann unit from your army is selected to shoot. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack with a bolt weapon on an unmodified hit roll of 6, 1 additional hit is scored. In the target unit continues 11 or more models. If the unit contains 11 or more models when this stratagem is used, then 2 additional hits are scored instead. Point blank fusillade. So resourceful of so resolute and steadfast are the kin that their warriors are able to keep aiming and firing even in the midst of close quarters battle. Use this stratagem at the start of the shooting phase. Select a Votann or Votann biker unit, Votann infantry or Votann biker unit from your army. Until the end of the phase, models in that unit can make attacks with ranged weapons even though their unit is within engagement range. And enemy units, but they can only make such attacks against enemy units that they are within engagement range of. If a model makes an attack with a beam weapon, the attack is only resolved against the target unit, and it cannot hit any other unit. In such circumstances, those models can target an enemy unit, even if other friendly units are within engagement range of the same enemy unit. Note that if a model in this unit has more than one ranged weapon, you can still choose to target units that are not within engagement range of the model unit. But the model with only be able to make an attack with that weapon if all enemy units within the engagement range of the model unit have been destroyed when you come to resolve those attacks. In addition, when a model in this unit shoots a heavy weapon, subtract 1 from the hit roll when resolving the weapon's attack while the enemy unit are within engagement range of the model's unit. Sorry, not the button I was looking at. Reactive reprisal 1 CP or 2 CP on an enemy target has been marked out by the eye of the ancestors, the kin forces, their efforts upon its destruction redounding their fury should its attempts to encourage. Use this stratagem in your opponent's shooting phase. After an enemy unit that had one or more judgment tokens when it was selected to shoot has resolved its attacks, select one Votann core unit from your army that was hit by one or more of the enemy unit's attacks this phase, and that is not within engagement range of the enemy unit. The Votann core unit can immediately shoot as if it were your shooting phase, but its model can only target the enemy unit when doing so, and only if that enemy unit is an engagement target. After resolving its attack, that Votann core unit is then not eligible to shoot in your next shooting phase. If that Votann core unit was a unit of Hearthkin warriors, the stratagem costs 1 CP. Otherwise, it costs 2 CP. Grimoire Barrier, 2 CP, Votann, Epic Deed Stratagem. Be carefully manipulating localized warp flow via the barrier tech implements. The Grimoire are able to ward their allies against malefic emergent manifestations. Use the stratagem in your command phase. Select one Votann unit from your army that is within 9 inches of a friendly Grimoire model. That unit and the models it contains stop being affected by any psychic powers that have been affecting it that had been manifested by an enemy unit. Until the start of your next command phase, that unit and the models in contact it contains are not affected by any malediction, psychic powers manifested. Bastion Running, Votann, Epic Deed Stratagem. A damage hecaton land fortress can be temporarily rigged for bastion running by its crew, fortifying systems with a short-lived power surge that can allow the war engine to smash and blast its way out of even the most perilous situations. Use this stratagem in your command phase. Select a hecaton land fortress model from your army. Until the start of your next command phase, that model is considered to have its full wounds remaining for the purpose of determining what characteristic on its profile to use. Combat Strategy 1 CP. Votann Epic Deed. It is a target waste to let warriors die on the battlefield when there is a chance they can be revived to regain or rejoin the fight. Use this stratagem in your command phase. Select one Votann medic unit from your army that is below its strength and not within engagement range of an enemy unit. Up to D3 destroyed models are returned to that unit. Votann Epic Deed Stratagem. Use this stratagem in your command phase. Select one Votann character unit from your army and one enemy unit that is not on the battlefield until the end of the battle. Each time a model in that character unit makes an attack against the selected enemy unit, that enemy unit is not considered to have three. That enemy unit is considered to have 3 judgment tokens on it for the purpose of determining what bonuses apply to the attack model, the attacking model's attack. You can only use this stratagem if every unit of your army is from the Leagues of Votann, is from the same league, excluding unaligned units. You can only use this stratagem once unless you are playing an onslaught battle, in which case you can use this stratagem twice. In the Right Hands 1 CP. Votann Requisition Stratagem. The kin see little use in their most powerful and ancient technologies, languishing in safety when in the hands of their heroes. These devices can mean the difference between victory and defeat in battle. Use this stratagem before the battle when you are mustering your army. If your warlord has the Votann keyword, select one Votann character model from your army and give them one ancestral relic. This must be a relic they could have. Each relic in your army must be unique and cannot use this stratagem to give a model 2 relics. You can only use this stratagem once unless you are playing a strike force battle, in which you can use the stratagem twice, or an onslaught battle in which you can use this stratagem 3 times. Bequest. Try again. Bequest of the Votann. A Votann Requisition Stratagem. Should a lower ranked kin hero show particular promise, they may be extended bequest of the Votann, an item of rarefied war gear they have provided themselves worthy of wielding. Use this stratagem before the battle. Select one Thane or Hezire model from your army. That model can have one of the following ancestral relics, even though they are not a character model. The gray crystal, Grudge's End, the Hearth Fist, War Pesty. Each relic in your army must be unique and can only use this stratagem once. League or Legend of the League, 1 CP, Votann Requisition Stratagem. This hero name and relations are known throughout their league, synonymous with exceptional conduct and skill. Use this stratagem before the battle. When you are mustering your army, if your warlord has the Votann keyword, select one Votann character model from your army and determine one warlord trait for it. This must be a warlord trait it can have. That model is only regarded as your warlord for the purposes of a warlord trait. Each warlord trait in your army must be unique. If randomly generated, reroll duplicate results. And you cannot use this stratagem to give a model 2 warlord traits. You can only use this stratagem once unless you are playing a first strike battle, in which case you can use this stratagem twice, or an onslaught battle, in which case you can use this stratagem 3 times. Familial Loyalty, 1 CP, Votann Strategic Ploy Stratagem. The strong family bonds between all members of the kin ensure that they will spare no effort to aid their imperial comrades. Use this stratagem in your opponent's charge phase. Select one Votann infantry or Votann biker unit from your army until the end of the phase. That unit is eligible to perform heroic interventions as if it were a character. Light 'em Up, 1 CP, Votann Strategic Ploy Stratagem. Hearthkin pioneers can use their searchlights to illuminate priority targets for their comrades. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase. After a Votann searchlight unit from your army has resolved its attack, select one enemy unit that was hit by one or more of that unit's ranged attacks this phase. If every unit in your army is from the same league, excluding unaligned units, the selected enemy unit gains 1 judgment token. Luck has, need keeps, toil earns. When CP. Votann strategic ploy stratagem. The kin believe that rightful ownership lie with whomever strive hard enough to possess the prize. Use this stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Select one Votann Corps infantry unit from your army that is within range of an objective marker. Until the start of your next movement phase, while that unit is within range of that objective marker, that unit automatically passes morale tests. Unless that unit makes a ranged attack or declares a charge, that unit can ignore any rules that would cause any action they are performing to fail. Each time a model in that unit would lose a wound, roll a d6. On a 6, the wound is not lost. Mag Riders, 1 CP. Votann strategic ploy stratagem. Kindred magma coil tech allow a skilled rider to effect sudden dramatic jinking maneuvers while flaring the polarities of their vehicle coils to throw out disruptive energy pulses. Use this stratagem in your in your opponent's shooting phase. When a Votann biker unit from your army is selected as a target of a ranged attack. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack is made against that unit, subtract 1 from the attack roll. If that unit has advanced during its previous turn, that attack's hit roll cannot be re-rolled. Newfound Nemesis 1. Votann stratagem ploy. Use this stratagem when a Votann Warlord or Grimnyar model from your army is destroyed. The enemy unit that destroys that model gains 2 judgment tokens. If your destroyed model was a Grimnyar, that enemy gains 3 judgment tokens instead. Outflanking Pioneers, 1 CP. Hearthkin Pioneers often push their mounts to their limit to outflank the foe, knowing that their most effective strategic use. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, share with your friends. If you like this content, follow me on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, or YouTube. I'm also on Locals. I'm using more as a donation place, or a supporter sort of haven. You can also provide single or monthly donations with the links in the description. If you have any problems, just let me know. And thanks again.